Hello everybody, I'm John Sasser, Director of Communications with the Town of Westlake, alongside Amanda DeGan, Town Manager of Westlake and Superintendent of Westlake Academy, and we are here today to discuss one of the hottest topics, not only on the WA campus, but in the community as well, and that is who will be the next Executive Director at Westlake Academy. As many of you know, Dr. Michelle Bryson is retiring after 8 years. She's going to end up her tenure here at the end of the semester, so that begs the question, and who better to ask than you, Amanda, what is the latest in the search for the next Executive Director here at Westlake Academy?
Thank you, John. That is a very good question, and one I know that a lot of you have had. So a lot of work has already gone into this process. We have formulated a position profile and put that out with our consultant to help us secure the next person that would come and be the educational leader on campus. As you know, Council has discussed this several times at various meetings, and so we're kind of getting to the culmination of that project as we've gone along. So starting next week, we will meet with the selection committee. There are about 9 of us on that selection committee who will go through and have 1-hour Zoom interviews with about 12 candidates. And we will narrow those folks down to come back for on-campus interviews as we go through this process.
Yeah. And so you mentioned the selection committee. Who all is on that committee?
So we looked at a cross-section of folks on campus, both in primary, middle, and DP years. So we have frontline teachers or academics in that role. We brought somebody in from the counseling world. We have our executive director with the Westlake Academy Foundation. We have our HR director, someone from our shared services team, someone from administration, and myself who serve on that selection committee.
So if you could get into a lab and create the perfect executive director, what are some of the attributes that person would have?
Great question. And you know, you're not going to always find somebody who ticks every single box, but we will find someone who ticks most of the boxes. So we'd really like somebody who has some experience in a K-12 environment, as that is what our campus is consisted of. We'd like to have somebody, of course, with IB experience directly or a very deep knowledge of how IB works. Ideally, somebody with some Texas experience would be great because we do have to adhere to those state standards. Somebody who is empathetic and can relate to children, has great communication skills, really wants to dig in and be a part of the community. So we have a very robust position profile created for that, and we will be looking at all those parameters.
And what kind of timeline are you looking for to hire someone?
So we've done, as I mentioned, quite a bit of work leading up to this. The Zoom interviews will start with those candidates Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week. So that would be the 16th, 17th, 18th, and February. We will then schedule on-sites so that those, the group that's narrowed down, we will bring anywhere from 2 to 4 people on-site to be interviewed by folks on campus, our instructional leadership team, potentially have some time with our affiliate groups through the foundation, the WAC, the HOC, and then they will talk with the town council as well. And so my goal is to actually have an offer extended before we leave for spring break.
And that would kind of define that timeline that you're looking for.
Correct.
Before time. Okay,
yes,
gotcha.
because we'll have to factor in their travel. This was an international search. We had some folks apply from as far away as Vienna, some from upper states in Washington, Pennsylvania, some local people applied. And so we've actually got one applicant that's in the final pool from Spain. And so depending upon how they come to us and when they can travel, that will dictate some of that.
Yeah, and you and I joked earlier today that this isn't a position that you just post on Indeed or LinkedIn and cross your fingers and hope to get the best candidate.
No.
This is an international search, and that really speaks to the cachet that Westlake Academy has nationwide and internationally as well.
Yes, our reputation has grown considerably since the last time we selected an executive director, and we've got a very, very fine pool of candidates.
Yeah, and when do you anticipate this new person starting the position?
Ideally, I'd like them to start sometime in April, but all the candidates are working elsewhere in other positions, so we'll have to negotiate with the successful person to see when we can do that. We'd like to have some overlap with Dr. Bryson kind of handing the baton off to the next person coming in.
Indeed, that's extremely important. And also equally as important is when do you think that they'll be able to meet the new executive director?
So we're trying to work something in that would allow potentially those that have applied and kind of narrowed down the pool in that 2 to 4 candidate range. We'd like to bring them on campus, and hopefully something will be workable in our timetable when they're here with us. If not, we will certainly, for the successful person, have a meet and greet for the community to come and kind of, you know, get to know that person before they actually step foot on campus in the fall.
Well, exciting times here at Westlake Academy. Amanda, we can't thank you enough for all of your time and all your hard work. And I know the committee has put in so many hours to get just the right person.
They've done a great job. They have asked very tough questions, and it's just a really good configuration of folks to represent us in our search for the next executive director.
All right, sounds good. Thanks so much for watching.